Strong families make a strong country, but the problem is, under the Biden economy, the financial reality of starting a family is forcing young people to rethink the concept, leading to less marriages, less children, and the destruction of the American dream.
Look at the rise in the cost of child care. Over the last 10 years, the cost of a weekly babysitter is up 92%. And according to new analysis, raising a child costs nearly $240,000. And that's before adding in the cost of college indoctrination. Here with reaction is the author of The Two-Parent Privilege: How Americans Stopped Getting Married and Started Falling Behind, Melissa Kearney. Melissa, thank you for being here. Is part of your goal, though, to talk to young people or young married couples about just continuing the dream of starting a family, just figuring out a kind of different mathematical equation for doing that, rather than getting kind of fearful of these numbers that they see?
My goal is really to draw attention to a major social problem, which has been happening in the U.S. for 40 years now, and that's the rise in the share of kids who are living outside a two-parent home. What individuals do with this information in terms of the decisions they make in their own life is something that I, as an economist, am not, in a position to tell people. But I do think it's really important for all of us who care about family well-being and inequality and class gaps and outcomes in this country to be very clear-eyed about what's happened to the family structure of kids and the sort of weakening of families in this country over the past 4 decades.
So let's get to that. It's about your book, The Two-Parent Privilege: How Americans Stopped Getting Married and Started Falling Behind. And it's a look at declining marriage rates and its effect on the U.S. economy. And I got to tell you, Melissa, I love this topic because I think there's so many things that come from families. Even, when you have your spouse that consults with you on how to navigate opportunities or navigate conflict in the office that can benefit you very well or, set you back. Talk about, what it means for just the bottom line and for kids to be married and have a two-parent household.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, the family really is the most fundamental economic unit of our economy and the most fundamental unit of our society. That's why it matters so much. What I show in my book is that kids who grow up with the benefit of two parents in their home are at a real advantage because they have a lot more resources at their disposal. And as you were mentioning, it's really helpful to the adults who are raising a family or running a household to have another adult partner in that household. I bring together mounds of data and evidence showing these advantages. This is why it matters. We just have tons of evidence that kids growing up with two parents in their home are more likely to graduate high school, graduate college, be better positioned to earn high wages, and be married themselves as adults. So really, family structure is a big contributor to economic advantage, and the flip side of this is disadvantage at a point in time, but also across generations. Another key fact that we have to keep focus on is that there's a huge class gap in our society now with who has the benefit of a spouse in their home or two parents in their home, and that's the college-educated class. So kids whose moms have a 4-year college degree are 3 times more likely to be living with married parents. Let me say it the flip way. Kids whose moms don't have a college degree are 3 times more likely to be living with just their mom. So they're at a disadvantage, their mom's at a disadvantage. And so that's, it's contributing to economic vulnerability of a large swath of the population, and it's really contributing to inequality.
Melissa, thank you for being here. Really, please come back.
Thanks for having me.
I love your book, Melissa. Thank you so much. And by the way,
I appreciate that. Thank you.
It can make you happier too. Marriage and a couple kids might make you happy as well, and financially better off. Melissa, I'm reading the book. Thank you.